Hey y'all, so before I get this video started, let me give a quick shout out. These were the first 3 comments in my last video. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and come show me some love when I drop a new video. What's up you guys, it's KeAmber Vaughn aka CoachKe coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm doing my first paycheck to paycheck budget for the month of February. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I budget the money out using my income allocation method, the more complicated way, and then just like last month, I will go ahead and do the more simplified way as well. The next video that I come out with, I believe, should be my January results, and at that time I'll show you guys how I complete the month out using the simplified version to show like how I send money off to savings, and if I was still in debt, how I would do that as well. So the paycheck we're going to be doing, this is the monthly paycheck to paycheck overview that I did when I created this budget. So what I wanted to earn, this is a pen, was at least $1,039.68. So what I'm actually going to do is, if you guys are new here, I knew that I was taking all of February off from work. However, my paycheck was $600 short because I didn't work 2 shifts that I thought I was going to end up working. So what I did was in December, I saved up enough money to pay myself a salary for February. However, when I did this budget, I budgeted that my check from that job would be $600. It was a little bit more. So I'm going to take out less money from that $2,250 that I saved up in December to pay myself. I'm going to take out less money. And the reason why I want to do that is because if I still have the pay? I think I still got the papers. So here, these are the next 4 paydays that I would typically have if I was still working that job. So I still don't know about the job that I applied to. I haven't had my interview yet, but I did tell them that I would like to start March 1st. So just in case the start date is a little bit later, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit less money from my $2,250 in this paycheck, and I'm going to put that down here since I did earn more than what I thought. And that way I can kind of cover myself in March, and then what'll end up happening if I have any money left over, I'll still like kind of roll that down. All right, so let's go ahead and get a sheet of paper out. Still don't have my planner, so I got to do it this way with the printouts. Okay, so the first thing, so we are doing, and I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be up here. Yeah. All right, so we have February 10th through February 23rd. My income. So what my paycheck was, $650.69. So I'm still gonna have that income of $1,039.68. It's just I'm taking less money out of my $2,250. So 650, where did I say 650.69? I need to write that number down. All right, so first things first, I list out my fixed expenses. Then we have due date, amount, and towards the bottom of this page I'm gonna put like a running total to show like how much money I have left over from the $2,250 that I saved, so that I can kind of keep that number in mind. All right, so first expense is rent. I take half of my rent payment and put it off to the side. Today is the 11th. If you're new here, I do live with my mother and sister by choice. So that's $150, and that's why my housing expenses are so low. And then I have car insurance that's due on the 21st, and that is $62.49. I don't have any more budgeted fixed expenses, so I just do unbudgeted in case I forgot something. All right, and then the total for that $150 plus $62.49 is $212.49. So what I have remaining is $827.19. Next is going to be my variable expenses. Again, due date, amount, plus or minus. So I'm just gonna put the budgeted expenses here. There's no due date because it goes the whole 2 weeks, and then the amount for every 2 weeks this month is $421.73. I drastically reduced my amount because I knew my income was going to be so low. And then just like in the fixed expense category, I'm going to do unbudgeted, no due dates, the total is going to be $421.73. So I have $405.46. Now it's going to be savings. This time it's going to say date sent. Oh, I forgot to update you guys. I did get my second stimulus, which I didn't think I was getting it because when I went to the website, it kept giving me this certain error code, and in the FAQs it said that if you got the error code, then you were not getting the second one. So I wasn't planning on getting it at all. So when that money came in, I just sent it straight to savings because it came in during my January time. Now I could have put that money into this budget knowing that this budget was $600 short, but I know that I should be able to stay under in my variable expense spending or whatever. If not, and if I end up being over budget, I spend more money than what I make, I can always pull from that $600 stimulus check, but I think I should be okay. All right, so this month I'm sending money to 4 different accounts. So we have miscellaneous / investment sinking fund, car sinking fund, travel sinking fund, then medical. And I'm going to send that off today. And then I am going to do an unbudgeted. And before I show you guys how I'm going to determine how much money I'm sending off to savings, let me show y'all the simplified version of this really quick first. All right, so simplified method. All right. So I'm actually going to color coordinate a little bit to make it a little bit easier for y'all. Let's use that blue, should be light enough, and then let's use this pink. Okay, so the first account that my money is going to go into, I'm going to use black for that one. And so let's do account 1 is the direct deposit account. Account 2 is going to be the spending for variable. And then account 3 is going to be for bills. Okay, so the total amount that I would have in my direct deposit account would be what came in from my job plus what I put in there from my $22.50. So the total in there would be $1,039.68. So as far as what I need for spending, let's do, and I don't even, yeah, I am gonna draw the lines. They ain't gonna be perfect, but it's like, okay. So for spending, I would end up sending $421.73 to my spending account. Now, if I was actually using this method on a month-to-month basis, which I don't, I only just show it to you guys just for you guys to be able to do it the most simplified way, because the math does trip some people up. I would end up having more money in here than just this $421.73. It would be whatever is left over from me not spending in my variable expense account last month plus the $421.73. So what I would actually do is put like the beginning balance like up here or something, and then, so let's just say I would do like, I would list out whatever the beginning balance is right here, and then I would say like plus $421.73. And then the actual amount that's in this account would be listed there. Hopefully that makes sense. And then the same thing with the bills account. Since I don't actually use the simplified version, this is why it's going to end up like this. So the amount that I needed for bills is $212.49. And again, this would be 4 totally separate accounts. Okay. So after the money is split off into those particular accounts, what I have left over in the direct deposit account minus $212.49 minus $421.73. Gets me $405.46. So this is the way that all 3 of my accounts will look starting this budget out. Again, besides having a little bit extra rolled over from the previous month in these 2 accounts, and that is where it would be until we do our budget the next time. So this helps a lot of people because you keep your spending money separate from money that shouldn't be allocated for spending, and then you also keep it separate from your bill money to make sure that overspending over here or beginning to spend too much over here doesn't cut into your bill money. So that's the simplified version. Now let me do it the way that I'm used to doing it. So I like to save money throughout the month and not at the end. And that works really well for a lot of people because for some people that money sitting in their account until the end of the month, they'll end up spending it. So the amount that I have total for this month for my fixed expenses or my bills is $604.14. My income is $1039.68. And this is from the previous job plus December savings. I think I did 65.35. Okay. So my income minus how much I need total for bills this month, because I don't like sending money off to savings until I know I've earned enough to cover my fixed expenses. I still pay my bills on the day that they're due. This is just the way that I know that now, okay, it's safe because I've earned enough money for my fixed expenses. So if I subtract that, that means that my net income thus far is $435.54. From my net income, that's when I split some of the money to stay in my checking for my variable expenses, my everyday expenses like gas and groceries. And then the other part of it is sent off to savings. If I was still in debt, then part of that money would go towards debt as well. So this is already staying in my checking to cover my fixed expenses. Then this is going to be going into my checking for my variable expenses. And then this is going to be savings. So 65% is going to be needed for my variable expenses. So that's going to be $283.10. 435.54 minus 283.10. So 152.44 is going to go to savings. Now again, I am splitting that money between 4 different accounts, and the percentages that I came up with based on my goals for this month, what I came up with is here at the beginning of the month. So 35% of this is going to go into my miscellaneous / investment sinking fund. It looks like really small numbers, but over time it really starts to add up, especially when I'm not in a low income month. That's going to be miscellaneous / investment. Then 15%, which is going to be $22.86, is going to be for my car and travel. And then whatever's left over, $106. That's not right. $152.44 times 35%. $152.44 minus 53.35. I probably forgot to put the 22.86 in twice. Yeah, I did. All right, so then 53.37 is gonna go to my medical fund. So if I were to add up all of the money that I kind of split off into different places, and this is just to double check my math before I start writing things in. If I add up everything for the savings allocation, plus what I kept in my checking for variable expenses, plus what I kept in for fixed expenses, that should give me the amount of my check, which it does. All right, so let's go ahead and get back here. Savings is $152.44. And then checking is going to be the $604.14 plus the $283.10. So that gives me a total of $887.24. And if I add that going across, I get my paycheck amount. So everything has worked out. Now all I'm going to do, let's go back here, write everything out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set up to track my money that I'm taking out of savings for this, and then also set up for my reconciliation of my checking account. So again, the miscellaneous account is getting $53.35. Then we have $22.86, $22.86, and then $53.37 for a total of $152.44. So what I have left over from this paycheck, if I take $405.46 minus the $152.44, I still have remaining $253.02 that's going to carry me into the next paycheck. So let's first do over here, let's do savings, $22.50. So what I'm actually going to take out is, what's my check amount? $650.69. So I'm going to transfer $388.99 from my savings. And then what I also probably do is whatever is in excess after I send money off to taxes from my YouTube check, whatever is in excess of $250, I'll end up saving for my March paycheck as well, but we'll see. I'm not quite sure on that part. All right, last thing is to set up to reconcile my account. So I'm someone who likes to make sure that all of my numbers always work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because if you do not make sure that you are reconciling, or I forget what they used to call it, balancing your checkbook. We don't use checks anymore, but you get the gist. So if you don't make sure that you're doing that, there are so many ways for people to hack your accounts and, you know, stuff like that. And like, hackers are getting so smart. They don't take really huge amounts anymore. They take micro amounts, but they'll take that micro amount from you like every day or every week, and you just not even think about it. Because it's like, oh, it's just like $6. So even though I don't remember where that's from, whatever. But when they're doing that to thousands of people and you're not even paying attention to it, you will lose money in the long run. So, all right, I started my checking account at $4,000. The income is $1039.68. That means the starting balance is $5,039.68. If I subtract the $212.49, the $421.73 for my variable, and then the savings of $44, what I should have left over in my account is $42.5302. Let's make sure. And I only knew that because if I take the beginning balance plus whatever is plus or minus right here, then that should give me what my ending balance should be. And if it doesn't, then I know that I calculated something wrong somewhere. All right, so this is the plan that I have for my money for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully I can stick to my pretty strict spending. I did spend like 30 bucks on an aerobic stepper that I was not planning on buying, but it's okay. It'll come out of my shopping budget. I should be okay for the rest of the month. So yeah, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.